It's amazing. The entire left has said that Donald Trump is the reality TV show president. We've never had anything like him before. It's completely unprecedented. Well now. Obama is in advanced negotiations, according to Kyle Griffin, with Netflix to produce a series of high-profile shows that will provide him a global platform after his departure from the White House. People familiar with the discussions tell the New York Times. So apparently Eric Schultz, a senior advisor to the former president, issued a statement. President and Mrs. Obama have always believed in the power of storytelling to inspire. Throughout their lives, they have lifted up stories of people whose efforts to make a difference are quietly changing the world for the better. As they consider their future personal plans, they continue to explore new ways to help others tell and share their stories. So much for non-reality TV show Obama. He is now going to be invading your Netflix with his latest series. Yes, he was the Hollywood president. I said this at the time. When Trump was elected, the great irony of the situation is that Obama thought that he was this great statesman who is not a reality TV game show host. And then he had to look across the room at a guy who is his direct polar mirror. He's like Bizarro Superman, like Bizarro Obama in the form of Trump. Both reality TV show presidents, one who considers himself a great thinker and one who considers himself an entertainer.
Barack Obama in talks to provide shows for Netflix. So Ted, they're failing with the bully pulpit politically, and I think that Obama is now so toxic, they don't even want his face to be associated with the message of the Democrats right now. They're going to just bury his politics into the media and remove his face from it.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. Owen Schroyer here for Alex Jones as he is reporting from the road. We also have reporters live at South by Southwest right now. Bernie Sanders is in town, crazy as a bedbug. Bernie Sanders is in Austin, Texas, out South by Southwest, being interviewed by Jake Tapper, so we're monitoring that situation. Ted Malloch is about to be joining me in just a moment to talk about the global financial trends. We'll talk about these tariffs. But I want to play this clip of Van Jones. Now, I've met Van Jones. I had a very extensive conversation with Van Jones on the streets of Cleveland. I actually think Van Jones is a cool guy. I think that Van Jones is the type of guy that I could go out with and actually have a good time. And I thought it was a powerful conversation we had that day. He made some good points. I made some good points. It was passionate, and we walked away, and we're able to shake each other's hands and say, okay, that's perfectly fine. That was a good conversation. Now, my theory, I don't understand why Van Jones says some of the things he says on CNN, but I think it all made sense to me today after hearing this clip. Listen to what Van Jones says on CNN last night about Trump and Obama.
Isn't it fun to play the what if Barack Obama did this?
Well, listen, if Barack, I've said it a million times, if Barack Obama had done just half of what Trump did last week, he would have been impeached. He'd be in Guantanamo. They just said, listen, something's wrong with this guy. He's no longer here. Biden's the president. No, you saw it. Nobody said anything. We're moving on. And everybody would say, yeah, well, yeah. If you reverse position on 12 different issues and you're losing half your staff, you can't be president. There would have been no discussion. Obama would literally just be disappeared. Biden would be president, and we would never mention his name again. But we're just rolling on along.
Now, you notice the only reason he actually cites is that he's had a lot of people leave his administration. That's it. And a lot of that is because they're leaking things to the media and they weren't good, or they were globalist, or it was just time, or they were bullied out like Hope Hicks. So, but you notice what he says there. He says, Obama would be in Guantanamo Bay. That's where Trump belongs. And then he says for all the things he's done in the last week, but he doesn't mention anything. He just says half of his administration has resigned, which I don't even think that's true. So, yeah, he's had a lot of resignations, but I think I realized what Van Jones is now. And I can't believe I didn't realize it until hearing this clip. He is Barack Obama's mouthpiece. You're seeing the B-roll of Van Jones and I on the streets of California. Again, honestly, I'm the kind of guy, look, I can look someone in the eye, okay, and I can get them. It doesn't take me that long to understand someone's character. It really doesn't. Maybe that's just a special ability I have, but I think all humans have that ability. I think it's an instinct. I think it's a sixth sense to just be able to pick up on someone's soul, pick up on someone's spirit just by being in their presence, looking them in the eye, and having a conversation with them. Now, if you've had your spirit and your soul sucked from you, with the fluoride in the water and the chemicals in the food and water, then, that might be a little harder for you. But from meeting Van Jones, talking to him, looking him in the eye and having a conversation, I thought, hey, this is a real guy. I feel like this is a guy I could get along with, even if we have different political views. But I realized after hearing that clip and hearing Van Jones say that Obama would be in Guantanamo if he did what Trump did, it made me realize what Van Jones is on CNN. He is Obama's mouthpiece. Just like Jimmy Kimmel is Chuck Schumer's mouthpiece, I think Van Jones is Obama's mouthpiece. And I think the reason, think about it. Consider where Obama is right now. He's in all kinds of trouble. Obama's in all kinds of trouble. The FISA scandal, the Benghazi scandal, the IRS scandal, the Fast and Furious scandal, and it's all coming back. The FBI, I mean, everything. So Obama's in huge trouble. What he did, what Obama did that's come out would land him in Guantanamo Bay. So what does the left do? Every time they take what they're guilty of, they take what their justice should be, and they project that onto their opponents. Just like Trump Russia. No, it was Hillary Russia. Just like Trump racist. No, it's Hillary that's racist. You see, that's what they do. So when Obama, my theory, uses Van Jones to go on CNN and say Trump should be in Guantanamo, essentially because Obama would be in Guantanamo, he's saying that because everything that's about to come out about Obama would actually probably result somebody in Guantanamo. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why Van Jones says that on CNN. Now, my guest Ted Malloch is with me now, obviously international expert on geopolitics, finances, and everything like that. We'll get into some of the tariffs and everything later. But what do you think, Mr. Malloch, what do you think about what I was just discussing about people like Van Jones and Jimmy Kimmel that have just become total mouthpieces for the Democrat Party, where it's like they don't even give you what they actually think. They just put out the message that the Democrats want to be out there in order to spin some fake narrative they can against the Republic?
Well, I think you're quite accurate and right on, spot on in your analysis. I think it would give them too much time. I mean, I certainly don't watch them. The ratings that they are getting certainly suggest that fewer and fewer people are watching them. So I don't even give them the time to analyze what they're saying or thinking. I mean, I just dismiss them. We know where they're coming from. We know what they're going to say. It's just, completely irresponsible. First of all, it's not journalism. Secondly, it's dishonest. And third, I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, I think he used to be a comedian. He used to have this show, The Man Show, where he was actually funny, if you go back 10 years. And his partner in that was actually pretty good and pretty straight, and actually is a conservative. Jimmy Kimmel has become just an absolute fool. Again, what are the ratings on either of these people or any of their other cohorts on these kinds of shows? We just need to turn the dial down. Don't even give them the time of day.
Yeah, and you're already seeing that with the movie industry right now, where all of these liberals that spout their political views like Oprah and Jennifer Lawrence, they can't even sell a movie anymore. But I think here's another story that indicates the failure of the left right now to try to get their message out. You know, Obama disappeared for a while. You didn't hear from him for like a month, and then he had the portrait reveal. That was an absolute disgrace. Then he had this. then he has this.
Taking a shit in a leaf of a.
Oh gosh! Hey, dump that. Hey, but then he has the secret. Did you hear about his secret meeting or his secret speech where he gives a secret speech? He tells everyone in attendance, don't record, don't tell anyone about this. Of course, the message leaks. But I think his message is failing so much from the bully pulpit. Now you have this story today. Barack Obama in talks to provide shows for Netflix. So Ted, they're failing with the bully pulpit politically. And I think that Obama is now so toxic, they don't even want his face to be associated with the message of the Democrats right now. They're going to just bury his politics into the media and remove his face from it.
Well, he is raising money for his very important presidential library in Chicago. And I'm told that has been a tough drive. So maybe you ought to hire his old cohort, Hillary Clinton, to start a foundation with him, because they were very effective at that form of kleptocracy. I mean, actually, it was all-time president. I made a list once of the all-time greatest kleptocrats in the last two 200 years, and the Clintons were in the top 10. So, you know, he could certainly go to them and take a page out of their book. Oh, there might be a second council to look in to the Clinton Council. I mean, into the Clinton Foundation. I understand that that's already underway. We hear yesterday in Little Rock, Arkansas, by real FBI agents. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that would make sense why Obama wouldn't want to be associating with the Clintons if he thinks he can try to abscond from anything that involved him with the Clinton catastrophe. But I don't think he's going to be able to avoid that either. I think Obama, you know, he was protecting Hillary Clinton from the very get-go with Comey because he was actually involved with the email scandal. He knew Hillary had that server. He was probably emailing that server, and he did nothing about it. So he's trying to cover his tracks. He already did it by letting the FBI drop the investigation before it even went down. But the second special counsel is coming. At least that's what all signs indicate. It's time for Sessions to quit saying he's thinking about it and considering it and just do it. Let's get this out there. Let's force this home. Ted Malloch is my guest. When we come back on the other side, we'll get more into the geopolitics and the financial politics of the tariffs on steel. Don't go anywhere. This is the Alex Jones Show.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
His name is Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, a nutjob radio guy.
Talk show host Alex Jones.
A man who trades in such sinister conspiracy theories, you have to wonder if he really believes half of what he says.
I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game.
Hate speech. Can anything be done to stop the hatred?
I think Alex was the one who took the pro-gun position.
1776 will commence again if you try to take off firearms.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
Alex Jones is a 9/11 truther.
That conspiracy theory comes from the mother of all conspiracy theories. It's an internet talk show called InfoWars.
I heard that on Alex Jones, so it's true.
Dave.
I heard it on Alex Jones, so I know it's true.
You're making some very serious allegations against the U.S. government, saying that they stage attacks, they allow them to occur in the United States against U.S. citizens.
Let's declassify.
Alex Jones may sound crazy.
I think that Alex Jones is a lunatic.
That man's a threat to this country.
King of the conspiracy theorists.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
He's considered legit among the crazies.
Challenge Alex Jones to a boxing match, show up with a semi-automatic that you got legally, and pop him.
I'd love to see that. In uniform.